everyone! So today I wanted to discuss the history of one of my favorite childhood video games, which is called Bakery Story. I apologize in advance if any of the information in this video is wrong, as I've just collected my research from browsing online for a few hours and reading other players' experience with this game online. Bakery Story is a casual online multiplayer game where you can decorate your own cafe, make recipes to sell to your customers to earn coins, and add neighbors to send gifts and request parts to build special appliances. Bakery Story was created by Team Lava for iOS and Android, and it released on November 12th of 2010. In January of 2020, Storm 8 and all of their subsidiaries, which included Team Lava, were bought by Stillfront Group in a $300 million deal. Team Lava was based out of Redwood Shores, California, according to this hiring post. Prior to this video, I have never heard of Stillfront Group until I checked their portfolio. And surprisingly, they own BitLife? If you don't know what BitLife is, it is a top charting life simulation game for iOS and Android that uses emojis and text-based gameplay. But that's besides the point, as there is one mention of Bakery Story in Stillfront's Q1 report for 2020. They describe Bakery Story as one of the games in their portfolio that show high growth potential and or longevity. So let me ask you guys this. If you think Bakery Story has high growth potential and longevity, why don't you provide quality of life updates to the game or listen to the community's complaints regarding Bakery Story? Lots of users complain of how hard it is to have to scroll through the parts list just to send our neighbors gifts, or how making an in-app purchase causes the ad for gems offers to disappear from their game entirely. There's no confirmation button when you purchase something with gems. Say goodbye to your precious gems. You just accidentally sped up your recipe and you made 8 servings of it. Congratulations! One special thing that I have noticed about Bakery Story's community is how loyal and dedicated they are to a game that has been ongoing for a decade and a half, with little to no updates or changes to the core gameplay mechanics. However, there has been a recent update where they have returned the feature where you can watch ads in exchange for gems. A lot of players are happy with this update, as gems are quite pricey despite the game being almost 15 years old at this point.
Bruh.
One thing that absolutely enrages me about Bakery Story is how they will automatically play an ad for you for no reason at all. I was just minding my own business in my bakery, checking out all the recipes, when all of a sudden, they showed me an ad. Totally random, totally unsolicited, without my permission. I advise all of you to immediately close a game if this happens to you. Do not give these guys money for no reason. If I wanted to watch an ad, I would have just done the offer that allows me to at least get a gem for it. There used to be a feature where you could complete offers like filling out surveys, playing games, completing certain tasks, and you would be rewarded with a certain number of gems. This was an amazing inclusion into the game, but of course, they had to get rid of it. Why? I don't know. One thing about Bakery Story that frustrates me is that iOS and Android users are treated differently for no reason. For example, iOS users get the opportunity to watch ads for gems, but many Android users do not have the same feature, and that they have to manually tap through the gifts list to find specific parts that they want to give instead of being able to scroll through just like iOS users. But seriously, Storm 8, don't leave money out on the table. You have a loyal, dedicated community who have consistently played your games throughout the years. I hope they pay more attention to these simple quality of life features that could easily enhance the player experience by 1,000 times. Bakery Story has a large emphasis on building your own community of neighbors, as you need to have a specific amount to expand your bakery and to receive parts for specific machines. Similar games to Bakery Story include My Cafe and Heyday, where a main mechanic in these respective games is to join or create your own neighborhood and compete against other neighborhoods for prizes. If Bakery Story implemented their own version of competitions with prizes, it could spice up the gameplay and add another level of depth to the game. Bakery Story used to be so much more active with the player community, as they frequently posted to their Facebook page, and they even hosted giveaway contests like these where a random player could have the chance to win thousands of gems. Nowadays, Bakery Story posts lazy AI generated slop art onto their Facebook to try to engage players. Seriously, the art style of Bakery Story is so unique and quaint that I'm just appalled to see the usage of AI in their Facebook posts. Can't you put aside the money to hire an artist, or even just reuse assets from the actual game that you already made. I even found Team Lava's Pinterest account, where they showcase inspiration and photos for all of their games in the Story series, including Bakery Story. Here's a scroll through their Pinterest board. Anyways, I'm curious to hear what the rest of you have to say about Bakery Story and the direction this game is going in. If you haven't tried it before, I'd say you should play it if you're into decorating, cute desserts, and a relaxing gameplay style. If you want to be friends on Bakery Story, just comment down below your Storm 8 ID and I will add you. I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and goodbye!